You got something going wrong on your end. I can't hear what you're saying.
Are you ready? Let's go. Well, good morning, all. Rick will be back on in a moment. We're having some little bits of glitches with the internet today. He's his streaming has been spotty, and I don't know if it's my end or his end. You guys can tell me if I'm buffering. When Rick comes on, you can see if he's buffering. So we'll be able to lay the blame on one or the other. So just waiting for Rick, and I'll tell him to log back in. And we've got let's see, we got some good stuff to show. Hey, by the way, I don't know what the details are, but if you're looking for I did not do that. It's a stupid camera. But if you're looking for a deal on stuff right now, I know Marco has some sort of a sale up on the web store. I haven't taken a look at it, but you should go check it out. I know a lot of guys have been, so thank you very much. Let's see. Come on, Rick. Log back in. We are not going to have Lucas C, because you notice the last couple of weeks there's been that rattle in the background on Matt. Well, it's I believe it is his hard drive about to self-destruct. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Let me just show you. You know what? I might as well start showing some of the stuff we got here. Oh, I didn't want to show that right away, but you know what? That is now up for pre-order. The Josh Berry Lotus throwback. That thing is so cool. I mean, when we saw that they had posted they were going to do that, we were going to do his win, which was fantastic for him. But when we saw this one, we just said, okay, we'll set that one apart. If we can come back to do it at a later time. But this Josh Berry car is just too stinking cool. Hey, Mark Arlakis, you have been on my mind this morning. Give me a call later on after the show. Let's talk whether you're about the t-shirts. So anyway, you guys, you can put pressure on Mark to start making t-shirts for us. I have no idea where Rick is. He's probably trying to log on, and his computer is glitching. So, this internet stuff, sometimes it kind of stanks, doesn't it? So let's see. We still have it's going into the order that I put them on, folks. So here we go. We still have the Chase Elliott primaries. Those are, I think those are still available. I don't think we sold out on those. We've got those. It's funny. I'm looking at what's on my screen and what's getting shown. It's just, yeah, well, anyway, we still have some of the Richard Childress racing kits. Let's see. Kyle Larson. I have Got it yesterday. I will be doing the unboxing on that shortly, and you can see also I got the new Colton Herta kit. I will be doing an unboxing video on that shortly. Let's see, and the Joey Logano. We've got those are the boat. Let's see, the boat should be in Los Angeles on the 1st. Everybody, keep your fingers crossed, say your prayers that will be there. And hey, you know what? I'm going to take another quick sidestep when I'm on that line of saying your prayers. Hey, you guys who are my praying partners out there, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not supposed to say this, but just put Lynn Petty in your prayers, okay? I'm not going to go into detail on it, but just put her in your prayers. She needs it. So that's it. Let's see. Let me go while I'm waiting for. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's back.
Yeah, you messed it up when you went to put boxes in.
Well, no, I didn't see your face pop up. So anyway, welcome back, Mr. Salvino. Hey, that camera does look a lot better. So,
hey, what's up?
I don't know what's glitching, but anyway. So anyway, I've just done a fast rundown on kits and what we've got.
I'm not glitching.
Well, we'll see. The guys are going to answer who's doing the glitching. Is it you or is it me? So, oh well, we'll get.
According to me, it's you.
Okay, you guys watching? Hey, Kari, good to see you back on. You guys tell me who's glitching. Is it Rick? Is it me? Is it both? Is it what's the deal? So anyway, hey, are we going to do that Pocono striped Roadrunner?
You're freezing, Jim.
Well, ignore.
I don't know. Who can you hear, me or Jim? I can't. The comments aren't even scrolling.
It might be on your end. So anyway, are we planning on doing? Maybe he dropped out again. So William, I don't know. Rick is the big glitch. Rick is glitching. Okay, so thank you, Andy. So that's that may be where the issue lies. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have him check in from his phone. See if that works any better. Anyway, William, I don't know. We have talked about it, but I don't remember what the answer was. There he is. Okay. The guys are saying it's you. It's not me. It's you. So, do you want to try doing it from your phone?
I don't know.
Jim isn't freezing. Are you feeling cold?
When you went to add that stuff in, something happened.
Don't know. So anyway,
I can't hear a thing, Jim. You sound
calling
like
from your phone. Do it on your phone. Okay, now how do I close that? Let's see. See there. Here's some. This is all new, guys. There we go. I got to go all the way back to get it. Rick, do it on your phone. Do it on your phone, Rick. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, he's just spinning. Don't you love the technologies, guys? Anyway, I don't remember where I was. Let me text him again. He's probably not. Oh, why does it always go off right in the middle of shows? Okay, let's see. I want to. Okay, now try it on your phone, Rick. Rick, look at your texts. Oh well, I might as well just talk while since I sound like C3PO to him, and he's just sitting there motionless. So what else we got? I'm going to roll a video, and while I do, Rick and I will discuss things offline, and we'll get this figured out, guys. Rick did some interviews yesterday, and we'll have them for this week and 3 more following weeks. We're going to have a I'm just going to jump into it and shut up, and you guys can watch this interview that Rick did yesterday. Okay, why is it not doing that? Let's see. Give me a moment. Let's see. Here it is.
Hi, guys. It's Salvino's JR Models, and we're not going to have a tip today. I got special guest with me, Clay Kemp. How you doing,
Rick? I'm doing good.
Oh, don't you just love when things just kind of go sideways, guys? Give me a second. This is nuts. Oh,
there, finally there. You hit the wrong button, dude, because we were fine before the show started.
okay. Now let's
You're
let's
still frozen.
There we go. There we go. Okay.
As you were spinning there for a second. All right. So what I wanted to touch on, Clay, you've been building models for a lot of years, and it's always interesting to find out. I mean, you're a race car model guy like I was, and I've told my story a billion times, beat that horse dead. But it'd be interesting to find out, how did you get into modeling? Was it did you go to racing, or a little background on how that all happened?
I probably started modeling when I was probably 7 or 8. I'm not really sure. I just went to the store and bought a kit, and probably a weekend we didn't have anything to do, but it always has gone along with my participation in racing. My family's been involved in racing my whole life. Back as far as I can remember, my parents owned tracks, operated race tracks. I'm originally from Iowa, so they ran dirt tracks all over Iowa. I think they were involved in tractor pulling before that, but I was basically raised at a dirt track. And then, as I went along, my modeling kind of followed that because that was what I was interested in and exposed to.
Wow. So I didn't even know that about you. So kind of like Jackie Arute, my buddy Jackie Arute. I never learned that about Jackie till well after. You know Jackie, right? You've heard of him. His family had a racetrack. I forgot where, up in the Northeast or something, right?
Stafford.
So where was your family?
Okay. I'm originally from.
So where did your
family start? We're from Southeast Iowa. I was born in Washington, Iowa, but we bounced around all over Southeast Iowa. They ran tracks in Burlington, Iowa, Hawkeye Downs and Cedar Rapids, Vinton, Iowa, Davenport, West Liberty, all over the Southeast Iowa.
Oh, that's awesome, dude! I didn't even know that. That's really cool. So just to dig down on that a little more. So what type of racing would they promote?
Almost everything was dirt tracks, quarter mile, half mile. Later, when they were at Hawkeye Downs, it went to asphalt, so they did do some asphalt track promoting, but primarily everything's been dirt track racing in my upbringing.
Well, then that's where you got kind of a lot of those skills of making those dirt cars out of. Actually, you could have been a great slot car guy with your skills back in the day if you were my age. With
my dad
brass,
and I did a little bit of that.
Solder. So anyways, so you started build. So we're trying to get into like race car models. What was like your first memory of what type of race car models, or what did you find was that thing that floated your boat? Obviously, racing was in your blood.
Yeah, I think the first thing I can remember is when Monogram came out with the first four Winston Cup kits, the Buick and Thunderbird and Monte Carlo. I can remember going to the store and buying those kits. That was probably the first race car kits I built.
Well, I think those kits probably, I mean, I'm much older, so I mean, hell, it's embarrassing where I got started. But I go back to those A&P Indy cars. But I think a lot of people, those were I mean, God bless us that we ended up with those molds, that we were able to save them and they didn't get trashed, because I think a lot of people got introduced to racing model kits through that, especially that GM one, like you said, the Ford one. I think what was it? The Dale Earnhardt Wrangler was the first one out of that.
Yeah, I remember the Uno Buick.
Yeah, so you burned through all that. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Buddy Baker. Yeah.
It taught me a lot about racing too. It taught me a lot about racing too. That was how I learned how cars worked.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't learned that, and I built 1 billion models. But and I was there while they worked on them. Mechanically, I was never, like you. I mean, you're very mechanical, I can tell. So then you started building those. When did you switch over to start like doing custom work like you've done? Like the the sprint cars. I've seen you built them for Jeff Gordon. You built it for Kyle Larson. I mean,
well, back when I was younger, teenage years, I used to read Open Wheel magazine, Stock Car Racing magazine, and I just read those over and over and over, and that was how I learned how cars worked. And I would always see parts in there that I wanted to duplicate. I didn't always build a whole model, but like if there was something interesting in there, how to wire an engine or plumb an engine, stuff like that always interested me more than the whole car. But then, later as I got older, I was able to start putting all those different things together and start actually building the whole cars. But for the longest time, I didn't care if I ever finished anything. I was just interested in, building chassis or something like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, their stuff's unbelievable now. Everybody on here knows, they're well aware. Everybody's followed your, insane dirt car builds. And I mean, they blow my mind every time I see them. And I mean, what you did with the Indy car, the paddle car, I think it's actually on the Open Wheel Facebook page. It's been up there as the
header page.
The cover photo.
Yeah,
for months. I mean, it's a beautiful job. And I mean, putting those skills. I think a lot of your a lot of your videos, I think, were which one I was really stoked about seeing was your decal application, and things like that, because it's different than mine. I mean, I grew up when SolveSet was the only product in the world that was you could buy. Now, I mean, I watch you, and I mean, you work much slower and methodical, and you have a great eye for detail. And so, I mean, that was very helpful. And I know you've done several videos on building. Have you ever done any videos on your brass work? I mean, on how to do that, how to bend, bend the brass and for the dirt cars.
Yeah, that's probably my best video I've done as far as view wise. I've got one where I scratch built a whole midget chassis from brass, all soldered together. And then I've done a couple other little smaller ones that have some brass in them. But that midget one has by far been the best one. And it was just no talking, no music, just straight building,
Oh, okay, so you time lapsed it like you did with the decals and the whole bit, cut it.
Yeah, every bit of it from start to finish.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and I got to watch that one. I haven't seen it. But so the reality is, you're going to force us now. You're going to force me to have to make that midget, huh? And that is actually in our plans. I mean, honestly, if the economy would have went a little better, I mean, the funny car's still going along, but I mean, that's pretty much next up for another category after drag racing. We do. I mean, we've been talking to you about it because you're kind of the expert on it. But the Chili Bowl car, I think we're kind of teetering between that and a midget. And why don't we just get live on here? What do you think between the two? What would be your, would you think would be better for our company? Because you're part of the company.
Yeah, the sprint car kits have been great for years. The ones that Monogram did, they've updated them a few times. So, I mean, even if you were to update and make a new sprint car kit, I think that would go over well. But a current midget has never been done. And I think they'd be fairly simple to build. They're not like super complicated cars. But man, you've got Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell. I mean, there's a million dirt midgets out there, and they're all very similar. So I think that'd be a cool project.
Well, I think that's the way we were leading, and a lot of that was because of this. I'm just bringing in the conversation that we've already kind of talked about. I think either one's a home run, like you said, because I mean, there are so many dirt track cars, thing. I mean, of course, we want to continue with. We have the B bodies and the Mercuries that we would like to get to, and time permitting, we have the we're speaking right now. The boat's going to dock with the Ford mold tomorrow, which is kind of exciting. And you got a few decals on that one already. You got the Joey Logano. You got the I think you already knocked out the Wood brother Jimmy Clark, my favorite.
Yep. That was going to be a good kid, I think.
I was so stoked about that car when it came out. I know it's probably before your time. Your dad might have liked it. I don't know. But for me, that was like, I mean, that is a car literally the day that we get it, I'm building it,
that's right in your wheelhouse.
What's one of your favorites, just to get, of the stuff we released? Like, who do you, I mean, I know you jump all around. It's hard to see what you do. But, like, what's your favorite? I know you're a Kyle Larson fan and a Jeff Gordon fan. Are friends, actually, in a sense. I mean, you've introduced us to Kyle Larson and his people. But what's your favorite? Or do you even have a favorite? What categories like your favorite to build?
No, well, like I said, since I was born on dirt tracks, my wife's family, that was how we met. I was let her in her dad's race car. He raced at dirt tracks, so when the weekends come, we're at a dirt track somewhere. So my interests always go back to sprint cars and midgets and late models first. But I've been a lifelong Winston Cup, stock car fan too. But I got a super short attention span, as you guys probably know. So I bounce around all the time. I mean, we'll go to the dirt track and the next day I'm wanting to build a sprint car. Or we'll watch a cup race and the next day I want to build a stock car, So not so many drivers that I'm a fan of, but more the cars. The cars are what interests me. Paint schemes, unique stuff. That's what draws me.
Yeah, and your son's a big IndyCar fan, as you had told me in the past. He kind of drove that whole IndyCar program for us. But
he kept on me.
I mean, I'm a huge IndyCar fan. I mean, I'm a fan of American racing. Basically, like you, what I grew up on. We grew up on, Indy cars and NASCAR. And I did get to do quite a bit of drag racing, Trans Am. Trans Am kind of lost its luster, I think, a bit. And I didn't really get to go to, much dirt racing. I kind of, there's a few events that, I did more of the Mickey Thompson off-road crap than I did dirt racing. But STP did participate. But USAC had a great program, Clay, where they would allow STP would post the money and they would take care of all the decaling for the series, because you couldn't afford to send a guy. I mean, them damn sprint car guys, how many times are midget sprint cars? They run what? Twice a week or something crazy amount of
Yeah,
time?
more than that if you let them. Yeah, 4 to 5
Yeah,
nights
I
a week.
mean, and it costs a ton of money to send a guy around. So we weren't really, that deep into it. But anyways, yeah, it's cool to get your background, and a little. I didn't know nothing about your family. You kind of grew up in it like me. I mean, we really didn't
Yeah.
have a choice.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
we weren't stick and ball guys. I think the only stick and ball I did was just to hang out with my friends. But it was when I was watching stuff, I was always trying to watch racing.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, I born on dirt tracks, and that's where I was every weekend. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Well, I'm going to set up this segment here for our first, and we're going to have about 4 segments here, guys. So tune in the following week, and we'll welcome you. And Clay will be on with something different. Take care. Hi, guys.
That
it's
was
Salvino's
fun.
JR
Hang on a
Models.
second. Let me kill that thing and
Boy, I tell
remove
you,
that. Yep.
Baba Booey, 1,000% today. What's up?
I don't know, but the phone works better now for you.
Well, when you went to throw those photos in, everything went to hell. We were talking along, going great, but anyways, yeah, that was interesting with Clay. I didn't know his family owned dirt tracks. I mean, I didn't get to see him a lot of the interview, but it's kind of, it's almost like Jackie Arute. I knew Jackie Arute for all those years. Never knew his family owned some dirt track. I don't know, a famous one. I don't even remember which one it is, but he grew up in it too. So a lot of us, that's how it was. We didn't really have a choice. Our love of racing, started when we were little kids.
Keep talking. I'm just loading up pictures.
Oh, okay. I thought you went blank on me again. There's Petty. And I can't wait for that car. That was big
Yep.
day for us. That's running behind, guys. Sorry about that. But what happened is we threw that in as a replacement for the Ford, since the Ford, as I said, is landing today, I think.
The first. Couple more days, but close.
2 more days, but close. Yeah. But so anyways, we had to throw that in, and the decals lagged behind. They got here yesterday, actually. So we'll get that thing out. Chad will knock it out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Everything should be out the door. So and then we got Colton Herter's already done.
Yep.
And the Kyle Larson's already done. So we're just waiting on Richard Petty decals, and we'll fire that all out the door. And then we got the next grouping, which is phenomenal. We got the Travelers Whiskey car, and that's coming with Joey Logano, our first ever dark horse.
Yep. And I'm not showing the picture on the Traveler's car because they're gone. They're sold out. There aren't any. So
there's a lot of guys. In fact, Roland left. I thought he took care of that last week, and I got an email from him. But I'll take care of this week. I don't know what the issue was. But there's a couple of guys that we're gonna have to add into there. There it is. There's the Travelers Whiskey. We're good though. We got just enough. And then Chase Elliott. What's funny is the Chase Elliott regular paint scheme sells great. Chase Elliott's odd paint schemes don't sell as good. Whereas Kyle Larson, his regular paint schemes, okay, but his off paint schemes sell out every time. So we got some great off. In fact, you guys have seen Tony the Tiger, so I think you can expect that real quick in the next by probably Tuesday's club meeting.
Soon as we get the thumbs up to show that box art, it's cool, guys.
So
it's great.
It's on.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
No, I mean we're doing it. It's just we can't show the art because it's not approved. But if Jim would have just shown the car, he could have got away with that. But he actually has the box all drawn up. So we'll probably get that Monday, Tuesday, the approval. They're very quick over there at Hendrick. So, yeah, once we seen it, it was like, oh, that's a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah. It was as much a no-brainer as this Josh Berry car. That's just, it's just too cool. And yeah, it'll be shot in the green.
In dark British racing green. There's a dark and a light. I don't know if everyone knows that. But they had a dark, light British racing green. But yeah, it's cool. It's gonna be a great one. Then we got and then May's gonna be here. We're gonna have a Kyle Larson World 600 car, Kyle Larson's Indy car, a pole. We're talking about doing the pole winner and the Indy winner, and now we got a lot of great stuff. Got another great petty car coming up that we're not going to tell you right now, and the year's pretty planned out. I mean, we don't have a lot of open spots left, and I do for the club members. I don't even know what that is, Jim.
Well, somebody asked if I was drinking Bud Light. No, I don't. I don't drink Bud Light.
Yeah, him and that whatever that boy man drinks Bud Light.
I don't drink Bud Light. I never drank Bud Light. If I'm going to drink beer, I'm going to have a good beer. I prefer Ziegenbach
or whatever.
Great Texas Amber. So there we go.
Isn't Bud Light the one that had all the controversy?
Yeah. Okay, but let's not go there.
Oh yeah, why not? Hell. I don't drink beer, so I could care less.
There you go. Well, I'm gonna zoom the camera in on myself for a second.
Go ahead.
Oh, wrong one. Here we go. And let's see, there we go. All right. There you go, guys. Let me pull the microphone up. This is the latest good casting. So there is our part of our firewall for the front end, the second firewall foot box for the Lotus. There's part of the bulkhead for the back. That's that piece right there. Rear suspension, the front mount for the nose. So I got a good casting. So these are going to be the tooling prototypes. So there's the little gas fillers there. The reservoirs for the brakes are there. So anyway, I'm making progress on this.
Yep.
Zoom back out. There we go. So
yeah. So anyways, yeah. What happened is we kept being told these 3D printing products would take this temperature, and
they didn't.
It was all BS.
And so it might just be, Rick. They're so small. They're so tiny that they just even if they were a thicker part, they might have worked. But just thinner parts like the rims and some of these things, they're just too tiny. But this is bronze, so this will survive the process.
Actually, the process that we're using now is the actual proper way to do white metal.
Yeah.
How white metal works is you basically do a foundry like a jewelry system. Then you give the parts to the white metal guy, and he does a vulcanized rubber, which, because it's metal, it doesn't melt. And then they pour in that soft pot metal, basically. It's a pewter, really, right, Jim? And and then they do a spun metal. But we were trying to, everyone kept telling us, oh, you can print it. That BS. So we went back to the way they did it since we were all kids. And we should have that probably by the end of the week. I think we'll have it over to the spun metal guy. Matt's ready to go.
Let's pushing it. I'm going to have them to you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to go back over.
And then we'll probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks away. And then you guys are going to start seeing the actual kit parts, and which is cool. It's way behind. It's almost, 8 months behind, but we're doing it. And then once you get the first one done, it's going to be pretty simple to, start tagging on because we'll have a system. It always takes longer. I mean, the Gray Ghost was supposed to come out in January and it came out in July, remember?
Yep.
In 2018. But that's just the way things work. But that's always the difference between success and failure is people give up.
Yep.
99% of all people that fell gave up. It isn't because they didn't have a good idea. They just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And me and Jim don't have that. We've been around a little too long.
We're stupid.
So we just keep going. Well,
we don't know no better.
I was talking with Clay. I talked with Clay quite a bit. Learned a lot about him. Interesting dude. But that's just, we've done this our whole lives. I mean, if we were out to make money, we would not have picked model cars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We picked model cars because we love racing. Jim loves racing, loves designing, and it's just something we love. It's they always say pick something you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
That's it.
That's absolutely true. I mean, me and Jim have done so many things that would have been more profitable, but this is just a lot of fun. We're just like you guys. I mean, there's no difference. We're race car fans that, Clay, look at Clay. Clay could be a graphic artist for Coca-Cola or, one of the big companies, but no, he'd rather make decals and, stuff in racing. So technically he never really works a day in his life. He's always, he's doing what he loves. And it's really cool. We got a great team of guys, Clay, Chad, Mike, Herman, Wes,
Mm-hmm.
we actually have a pretty big group. And then, of course, Marco and Chris and Patty, we got a great group of people around us. And Chad has a whole team, Clay's kind of like you, just works alone. And it works out really good. Like I always say, we're still the little garage band, but we choose to be because we don't want to make street cars. We just don't have that desire. I mean, who knows? After me and Jim long and gone, Marco might be all he does is make, Cadillacs and whatever. But as long as me and Jim are here, we're going to make race cars.
Klein Race, absolutely. This is for me being an artist. I was a toy sculptor for 30 something years and sculpted prototypes, and that's how Rick and I met, was sculpting those for him, stuff for him. And I'm not a good businessman. I'm not going to pat my back too much, but I'm a good sculptor, but I'm not a good businessman. Rick's not an artist. But he's a pretty good businessman. And this is the relationship that I always wanted, was let me do what I do and somebody can run the business. And that's why this works out so well. Plus, like he said, we love racing. We like building models. Well, him more so than me. But it's a great partnership because first, it's a great friendship. We've known each other. What was it? 89? I think it was 89 that we made. 88, 89. No, I think it was 89 because I had my new 89 Fantic. That's what I was riding in Colorado when Dave called me. Yeah, it's yeah, longer than Lori and I have known each other. So
I take credit for that one. Come on.
He takes credit. Yeah. So anyway, that's why it works
Lori
out.
When I brought you out to Corona.
That's right. That's right.
She was
been working with you for a couple years.
Down by the beach in a beach
Mm-hmm.
house, and I suckered him to come out to Corona to be by us, and met Lori. I think within a few weeks of getting there. Yep.
Dated her 2.5 weeks from the first date I proposed. So, yeah. So it'll be 33 years, 34 years this summer, I think.
So I know I've known you about 35 years.
35, 36. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Marco was just born when we met, and he's 36. Correct.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, that
Yeah,
gives
well,
you a little bit on us,
that's a little
guys.
bit of time. Yeah,
So
yeah, and we've
yeah.
always, funny is, even though our paths went different ways at times, we always stayed in touch over racing.
Yep.
Would all of a sudden, get a phone. Hey, did you see that race this weekend? And would dissect the race at the time. And Jim was a big Tifosi guy. And of course, I brought him over to the dark side to NASCAR and IndyCar. now,
You know what
now
brought? You know what solidified?
You don't even watch it anymore.
You know what solidified me into watching NASCAR, Rick? One race. It was the Roval. That's my favorite race, is the Roval. I know there's guys on here that don't like it, but that's my favorite race. So if you don't like it,
it's a road course with action, Jim.
It certainly is, and you can watch the whole thing from pretty much from one perspective. So
yeah, no, they're great. NASCAR's got great racing. I mean, IndyCar has great racing too. They started off the season 2 crappy tracks, but they still, I mean, think of it this way: they're still able to pass at thermal. What cars could pass at thermal? No, NASCAR could with the new car. NASCAR could run thermal, but I mean, it's just not a, St. Pete doesn't have no passing zones. It's, that's they were 2 parade tracks. Maybe next year, again, they had their schedule set before they got the Fox deal. I think next year they really have to look at opening with a bang. Maybe Texas Motor Speedway or something exciting, 4 wide. Where it's absolutely insane. But it don't matter. They'll catch everybody once they get to Indy. Long Beach will be good, but Long Beach is a good track because you have 2 long straightaways. It was much better when they used to make the right hand at the end of the straightaway, but development with the convention center changed that to where they do that little loop around that pond thing or fountain. And that kind of got rid of a really good passing zone where, it was hard on the brakes, dead right-hand turn off that giant straightaway, and it was really wide, that Ocean Boulevard there. And so, I mean, you could dive bomb like crazy there, but it's still a good race. It still has long straightaways. It still has room to pass. And the event is phenomenal. I mean, what year did it start? It was when Mario was driving for Parnelli. They had the Parnelli Formula One, so probably 75, 4, somewhere in there.
We had a next door neighbor that worked for Toyota, and he got us some tickets to go to the race. And I don't remember where we were. We were sitting on a chicane, and I didn't know who he was, but everybody else was just kind of hammering it through these S's. And this one guy came through, and he was so smooth, it was like he was going through it on a straight line. And I mentioned it to you, and you said that was Mario.
Yeah. It was the opposite. It was for me, Gilles Villeneuve. I knew he had run with. He ran one-way race with Ferrari. He had the race where he went up in the crowd, killed a few people, and didn't think much of him till this is when they used to go up on the top street and then come down the hill. They used to go by all those dirty movie theaters. They've cleaned up Long Beach so much now; it's beautiful. But back then, it was a little rough when they first started, to say the least. And I remember we were sitting right where they come down the hill, and everybody would, Mario would come down the hill. It would look like nothing the way he drove, And then Villeneuve come down the hill, totally sideways, all the way down the hill, and then he'd catch it right at the bottom and go. And I thought, wow, that guy's got some talent, man. Little hard on tires, but some great talent. And it was like, wow, he really stood out. I still remember that to this day. But yeah, that's what Formula One was good. Formula One was great back then. The V8, the Cosworths, the V10, the V12s actually mainly, and yet you had I don't know, it was just exciting, noisy, exciting. A lot of cars broke. You never knew who was going to win. It was a race of attrition, and now it's I don't know that they need to fix it. They will. I have faith in them. I hope the cars are going to get smaller next year, and the Cadillac's coming. So hopefully our Cadillac does something. That's what we're hoping for. We'll get back into watching Formula One when we have our Cadillac in there. Team USA.
I don't know if you can see your screen, but Kari Pessinen said that EU has stopped all round 2 models going over there, and possibly all USA made model kits, which is us. So we'll have to ask Joel and see if there's anything to do with that.
No, there's not. Round 2 though did Wes sent it to me. Round 2 sent a thing out that distributor pricing's 10% up. So I don't know. That's probably 20% to the retailer. I'm guessing. I don't know. And it is what it is, guys. Nothing changes here. So
yeah.
And if anything, think of it, the tariffs are very uneven. So right now, if you're in Brazil, you got to pay a 50% tariff to get our kit. And most other countries have a tariff. Well, in the case of us, our product's going to get cheaper globally because after they get done fighting a little bit, but our product's going to get cheaper because the tariffs are all in favor of the other countries. So they're going to be lowering the tariffs. So you're going to be able to get our kits, hopefully zero. Everyone goes to zero. That'd be great. And then people around the world could buy our kits for, a little more because of shipping, but a reasonable price. I mean, some countries, our kit's $80, $90, and it's just because of their tariffs in their country, tax, whatever you want to call it. So that actually for us, it's going to improve. Everything's going to improve for us because we make it here. And actually, we found a mold shop. We might be making I didn't even talk to you about this, Jim.
Is it the one Wes uses?
Yeah, Wes is going to use. Yeah. I got to check their pricing yesterday.
That would be outstanding.
Yeah. So it looks like maybe the Toyota body is going to be made in the USA for the first one. That'd be kind of funny doing the Japanese car in the USA. But yeah, so yeah, it looks like we're just going to bring everything here. The decals, well, we're still going to make them in Italy. They're the best.
Yeah.
There's nobody better than them. That's my Italian blood. Why not? Right.
I hate to lose a pretty good vendor on those molds, but man, if we can jump ship and get them done for here, even if it's close.
No, it's the same.
That quick. I would. We would have done that from the very, very beginning if we could have. But we've talked about we've talked about how expensive these molds are, and getting them done here. We haven't been able to get bids, and the guys that gave us bids were like 5 times the cost. So it was like, well, that'll never happen. So that would be great. I mean, if somebody wanted to set up a really good business in this country, it would be making molds, because there's so many that need to be done for all sorts of stuff that so many businesses would prefer to be able to do it here than do it offshore.
Well, it's plastic. So the bottom line is we use tons of plastic. The problem with it is there's a bunch of old dudes our age or older that still have shops, but they're down to 1 or 2 guys in the shop, and there's no way they could pull off. I mean, we know tons of guys that make molds, But the problem is they have one or two guys in the shop, down to one EDM machine. I mean, you got to have 4, 5, 6, 7 EDM machines to pull our job off.
Yeah.
So, and that's the issue. There's no medium shop. Whenever we outsourced our industry, these guys are still around doing work, but you know, it's either one mold or repair work or whatever. I mean, we know some great guys, but they're just not set up to do, you know, all the crap Jim makes. So, but we did find one. So we found a medium-sized shop. We'll see how it goes. But that'd be exciting, and it'd be a lot more easier to communicate. I'll tell you that.
Yes. Number one, not in the middle of the night or vice versa. And number two, kind of speak the same language.
Yeah. There's a little bit of it. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of exciting. I was really stoked about that yesterday. I mean, we've been talking about it, but until he went there and took pictures and, you know, proved the you know, how many EDM machines they have and things like that, you know, I wasn't going to take it serious. And then he gave me the quote, and hell, same price. So great. We'll see.
Hey, I'm up for a trip to Florida. Go down and take a look at it.
Yeah, it's 18 miles from Wes's house. You can go stay with Wes.
Even better. I got relatives in Florida I'd love to go see.
Really? Yeah.
Yep.
I got
Thank you, Tamoya. I'm trying to get one of our guys to be making our shirts, and we'll he was on this morning, Rick, and he and I are going to talk later on today, and maybe we can get him rolling on these things. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys that would like these. I need this one's about 3 years old and it looks like it, so I need a replacement.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I tell you, we lucked out. I mean, let's face it. The economy went down. We readjusted. We're in great spot right now, but we had our loads of front money in January, quarterly report. It was like, man, this is a tough gig. And then all of a sudden, boom, Traveler's Whiskey comes along. Josh Berry's green card comes along. We went ahead and pulled one out, you know, the Petty 72 Riverside home run. I mean, we've really had a great run. And also, guys, Marco sent out an email. Go on the website. We are blowing out all of our 2024, the old cars that we have inventory on that weren't moving is great. There's a couple petty cars in there, by the way. But there's a ton of not a ton because there's only a few cases of each, but you know, you can't just let 3 cases sit for the next 10 years, you know, when you're making new cars every month. So we took all the 2024 stuff and slashed the price on it. The 22 stuff, if any was left over, he really slashed the price on. And there's some great deals. And he sent out an email. So if you didn't get the email, jump on the site. There's some great deals in their next gen cars. You know, the Ford's the older one, but the Chevy's still the same one. So you can, you know, if you're planning on putting some different decals on or whatever, it's good opportunity to pick up some cars at a great price, and it makes room in our warehouse for all the new stuff that's coming in, you know. But go check out the website. We got a great sale going right now.
The kits of the month, guys, they're going to be going out this week, first few days, because we've been waiting on the decals. And like I said, I do have the Larson and the Colton Herta here. I'm going to do my unboxing videos after this. But yeah, everything should be should be shipping, and then then your April kits are going to be going out just right after them. So
I know.
some guys, it's probably going to pass in the mail.
Yeah, that'd be funny if somebody gets their Joey car before they get their Petty car. You never, somebody will. That
Yep.
because
Yep.
it's always. I had one guy. This damn kit was sitting in Charlotte for I don't know 2 weeks, right? So I ship him out another one. He gets the other one the very next day. Gets that kit from Charlotte. You know, he called up, dude. I'm sorry. You know, I go, hey, ain't your fault. You know. But yeah, that's the way it works. That I've had stuff get stuck, you know, and it eventually always gets there though. Very rarely is it gone forever, you know. It usually just gets stuck, and I don't know what. I've never been in the post office. I have no idea, other than dumping stuff off. But I don't know how stuff gets stuck, but it does.
It does. Jeff Scott, the kit of the month for April will be that Joey Logano, and the add-on kit is going to be the whiskey car. The kit of the month for this month for the club is that that Petty Roadrunner, and the add-on is the Kyle Larson primary. So
yeah.
Old Toyota still for USA only.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So that's Toyota's choice. So sorry about that.
We can't, and we haven't done a lot with them, so it's kind of hard to go back. I think once we get the Ron Capps car rolling, we can revisit that. And yep, but as soon as Jim's done with that multimedia stuff that's been dragging us out, and which we're right around the corner now from it, and so we'll get right back onto the funny car, and then like we were discussing with him, me and Jim have been discussing this. I mean, me and Jim are both leaning towards a chili bowl car. I think that would be the next phase, because for us, it's the names. Sorry, I'm scratching my leg. It's the names in it. We got Kyle Larson, we got Christopher Bell. We have a lot of contacts there, and it makes for good. If we go to another series, it's just we don't have the time to reach out. And I think, like Clay said, nobody's done it, so it'd be kind of cool. I mean,
Exactly.
Kyle Busch was in one. You know, and how cool would that be to have a Kyle Busch, chili bowl car, or Kyle Larson, or Christopher Bell. I know Bowman runs it from time to time. I think Chase even run it. And I think it's becoming just a great event where people are jumping in, they're going for it. The Chili Bowl is becoming just a super event anymore. So we're looking at that. I think that's going to be our, I know the NHRA thing will just expand as time goes on. We'll start with a funny car, and as time goes on, we'll just keep adding. Of course, we got some historic cars would like to get to. Want to get the current Toyota done by the end of summer. That's I think it's on schedule. We should pull that off. And again, still costs a fortune. And you guys all know where the economy is right now. So yes, we've been slowed down a little due to the economy. And Marco's stopping me and Jim from throwing everything in every time, So we gotta. I mean, we had to at the beginning. When we started this company, everybody thought it would be a one and done. I laugh with Mike Herman all the time. These idiots are starting. They're doing an automobile, and I mean, it could have been one and done, and then we lucked out, and from Pete got the monogram mold we saved, and which was phenomenal, and then we just kept every penny we made can borrow. We just kept making molds, you know. But we've kind of hit that point now. We got the Indy car, we got the Cup cars, we got some historic cars. You know, now it's going to be more a thought out process, you know.
We'd be doing better if NASCAR would quit changing bodies on us. That we got to keep making new bodies.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get a Chevy here pretty soon. You know?
Oh yeah, we'll figure
Which
out what
is
the heck
great.
they're gonna do.
Chevy's our best selling car by far.
Yeah.
The Chevys outsell the other two manufacturers 10, 20, 50 to 1, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, probably this Josh Berry car is going to be one of the top selling Fords I think we've done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just because of the, you know, it's the 20 Wood Brothers, it's a Jimmy Clark connection. It just everything lines up on that car, you know. You're getting a lot of people. They're not so much looking at, oh, it's a Ford, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. It's their 75th anniversary. They pitted the 65 Indy winner, you know. It's a pretty awesome deal. But anyways, Jim, it's 8:01.
It is.
So what we're going to where Bristol? Is it Bristol, baby, this weekend? Look it up because you're using my phone right now. Is it Martinsville or it's a short track?
Somebody answer us. That's the easiest way because everybody there's guys know everything, so they'll pop in and say. I don't know what the delay is between. I don't know what the delay is between this and normally through Facebook and that Martinsville. So
okay, Martinsville. So yeah, we're gonna have a good race. Who's gonna win that one, Jim? Who you got? I would pick a Toyota, but I can't. So because we don't have one.
If I were, because I think he probably would do it, and I'm going to lean towards Hamlin, not because I like him, but because
great pick, yeah.
So
hey, I like anybody that wins if I have their car.
I especially like him when we have the car.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Most of the time, I just want to see a good race. I don't particularly have a real dog in the fight. I just want to watch a good race, and I would prefer if it was, I would prefer if it were one of our people that won. Jose says Kyle Larson 2 in a row. So yeah,
you know what? I'm going Josh Berry, dude. I'm going to go out on a limb. He's going to pull it off. He's going to establish himself as a guy that could win everywhere, and did the 1.5 miles. Now we're going to go and win a short track and get the Wood Brothers back. I mean, you understand the Wood Brothers are a Penske car.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going to have a lot of success this year.
We want him to win Darlington, so maybe we have to make more of those green cars.
I don't know. Tony the Tiger's running the Darlington too.
Oh, and I'm sure there's going to be a couple other good ones in there someplace too. So
the green one's going to be sold out before we get to Darlington. So
yeah,
I would say we'll go with Tony the Tiger.
Yeah,
Darlington. Yeah. But then we'll have Long Beach. I think will be coming up that same weekend, right in there. So the Indy cars will finally be on a track that people know.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good weekend, and then we got May coming, and gosh, that's the greatest month in racing. You know, you get the World 600. You get 4 NASCAR race. Well, you get the All-Star. What do they do now? I guess they run the All-Star. Oh, they'll run it at that crap hole that nobody used to go to.
Bowman Gray?
No, North Wilkesboro.
Ah,
so they'll run the All-Star.
Right. That's right. They're going to go there.
Yeah, you get so you're going to get 4 NASCAR races. You're going to get an Indy road course race. You're going to get Indy qualifying, which I think is some of the. If you've never watched Indy qualifying, watch Indy qualifying. Some of the most insane racing in the world. And then, of course, you get the Indy 500, the World 600 to top it off. The month of May is the greatest month in racing. And if you're a overseas guy, you get to watch them have a parade around Monaco. And, but it's a
Yep.
great day. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it is such a great day, and you're so happy. Memorial Weekend Sunday, that I'll even sit through Monaco just to get the flow going. You
Yep.
know, get it all. It's such a great day. Last year we got gypped a little bit, and hopefully this year the rain cooperates and we get to see Kyle Larson go for that double header. And I mean, I'll tell you, that kid, you know, he made the top 9 shootout at Indy in his first year. So he's not afraid. We know that, you know, so he could be, who knows, anything can happen. But anyways, thanks guys. Look forward to seeing you next week. Again, got some great sales going on right now. Go in there. Marco just sent it out. Our website's been going crazy. And if you want to get some deals or just get some, you know, not necessarily a driver. Well, there's some great drivers in there too. There's some, I think Chase Elliott's in there. There's a Kyle Larson car in there. There's some Bobby Allison. I've seen a couple Richard Petty's. So go check it out, because it helps us with space.
Yep.
To make room for the new cars, because we're very small. And it also, you know, moves stuff that left over, and then guys that, you know, can't afford the more expensive kits can get a deal.
Hey,
know?
Rick, you're not reading comments, but according to Billboard's builds, Ron Capps has run the Chili Bowl a couple times.
Yes, I know that he has.
Did not know that. We could even do a Ron Capps Chili Bowl car.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, he wouldn't mind a couple extra bucks coming in the mail.
Yeah.
So
no, he's a good dude. I can't wait. The funny car is going to be a great project, and
yeah,
it's going to take a while though. I mean, Jim only got the body; he's got to draw all the stuff. It's probably this time next year before it's done.
It's going to be a good 2 months, or from, well, I don't know if I'd say 2 months, but close to, on the designs on that. The hang up is these things are just eating my life. I want to get these things off my desk. I've been working on these Lotuses for 1.5 years, and I just want to get them off my desk. That's all. It's not that I hate them or anything. It's just they keep dragging me back in. So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh well. Hey.
All right. Well,
I will talk to you probably later on in the day. I got some videos to do, and
enjoy it, guys. Enjoy your racing. We got one last thing.
Yes.
Mark Marquez at your track over there in Texas, USGP.
Oh, this weekend?
He had rain yesterday there, I seen.
Yeah, we've had rain a couple days.
Yeah. So anyways, he set fast lap. He's 4-0, 2 sprint wins, 2 race wins, and his brother got second in both of them. So this might be the greatest comeback in sports history. It's 5 years in the making, and he got it thanks to some American doctors. They fixed up his arm, and he's just in a total domination right now. So if you never watched the MotoGP race, this afternoon the sprint race is on. It's on Fox Sports 2, as I recall, Jim.
Okay.
Maybe Fox Sports 1, one or the other. It's real short. It's only like a 12-lap race. And check it out. Great racing. And see if Mark can't keep the streak going. You know me, I watch everything, and then I watch Supercross tonight.
That's it.
And then get ready for the Cup cars. All right, buddy.
Talk to you later, Rick.
I don't know how to get out of this now. There we go.
I'll close you out. There we go. So anyway, thanks guys for spending your most everybody, I say your Saturday morning, because most of you are, but we've got Kari checking in from Finland and Sarah Jane from somewhere in the UK, and I haven't noticed if we've got let's see, I think we had one of our friends from Japan or the East that checked in. So hey, for whatever oddball times of the day, night you are, thank you for joining us. Thank you for buying and building our kits, being every one of you, even if you've just built one kit, you've all helped grow the company and support the company, and we greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Where are my media assets? Yes, media assets. That's here we go. So let you out of here with the thundering hoofbeats of Miss Mia, who's probably about ready to go chase a ball out in the backyard. Have a good week, guys.